Ladies and gentlemen, Laila Ali. She breaks her silence. Let the record show, part 1. I'ma tell it all. I'ma show y'all how this all began. It all started from me just talking on a Breakfast Club and she taking it the wrong way because she feels inferior to me. That's Laila Ali. Let's break it down. But before we start, y'all gotta hit the like button. Y'all gotta hit the subscription. And before we dive deep into this reaction, we gotta listen to the big homie. He gonna christen the channel. Ladies, y'all listen to what Blade got to say.
You better wake up. The world you live in is just a sugar-coated topping. There is another world beneath it, the real world. And if you want to survive it, you better learn to pull the trigger.
So Laila Ali is popping up out of nowhere with a part 1 saying, I got the receipts. You want me to pull the trigger? Well, I'm coming to pull the trigger. So let's react to one of the triggers being pulled. Ladies and gentlemen, let the record show, part 1 with Laila Ali. Let's be messy.
There has been a whole lot of talk about the possibility of me making a comeback to boxing, and people have had a lot to say, but I have not addressed it until now.
You've been quiet. She's been real quiet, and you can see Pops right behind her. There you go. I got the spirit of my father. He dwells in my heart. Yes, it's R.I.P., rest in peace, but to my father, it's rest in me.
And I know everyone wants to know the answer to the question, will I be coming back? And I promise you, I'm gonna give you that answer. But first, I have got to address the lies and the fake narrative that's been created years ago. Now, someone's gotten way too comfortable dragging my name and even using my father's name to get attention and clout. Now, in case you haven't heard it, her story is that I didn't support her and I didn't pass the torch because of my jealousy and envy over her accomplishments in boxing. She says that I disrespected her and I started talking about knocking her out simply because I was bitter that she's outdone me. I've seen a lot of the comments. Many of you have good discernment and understand what's real.
Oh yeah, we know what's going on. We can see it. Everybody with eyes, we can see what's going on because in the recent interview with with Wallow and Gilly with $1 million worth of game, she said the P word, ladies and gentlemen, so it can come from envies of looks because she called her the pretty one. She boosted and boasted that up so she can feel a certain type of way about Laila Ali in that regard. They saying she boxed better than me and she looks better than me because she's reading the comments and letting the people get at her ego. We seeing and we getting it. We gonna stay along and we gonna keep and stay focused. Laila, talk to us.
Really going on here, while others have believed her lies over the years or have formed an opinion without having all the facts. Now, originally, I wasn't even going to give this my time or attention because I really don't engage with people who thrive off of negativity, drama, and buffoonery. But
look, what Mike FC is like, let's talk about something more sophisticated. Like later saying, I'm over here living a sophisticated life. I haven't the time to deal with heathens. That's Laila talking to Claressa.
I'm not about to let someone with bad character continue running free.
Oh, bad character. Claressa, she calling you out. She's saying you got bad character and she's seen it years ago.
Freely dragging my name without accountability.
That's not gonna happen.
Come on now, listen. Laila Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Laila can rumble though.
And Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Laila.
Well, we don't know that. We can't say that because they ain't laced them up. We don't know what some person could have did to the next person because we ain't seen them physically do it. So that's what down here in Thirdicity, you gotta show us. It's the show me state. They didn't fight, so we don't know that. For all we know, Laila could have went in there and two-pieced her like I'm gonna use my boxing and then I'm gonna work around, work the angles, and then I'm gonna get her up out of there because that's what I does and that's what I do. We never know. This was October 25th. This was that $1 million worth of game that I was talking about earlier.
Oh, so pretty ass out.
See, there you go, that part right there. I just can't wait to knock her oh so pretty ass out. See, there it go right there. Bing. Boom. Hit it right on the head. Nail in the coffin. That's where it all started right there. The looks.
No, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Laila can rumble though.
And Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Laila oh so pretty ass out.
So this right here is the consequence. Now, I have been busy working on other projects that required all of my time and focus,
You busy.
which is why I'm just now saying something. But honey, I have made the time to address this.
Oh, she be stinging, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the fire in her eyes right now. That's the alias of Laila Ali. She be stinging. Because remember, her father float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. So she came out and said, I want to be like my daddy, so y'all can call me Be Stinging. So this is She Be Stinging, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see the fire in her eyes when she talking about it. Break it all the way down, and we're going to be here for it. Hit the subscribe and hit the like, because we're about to get in it.
So today, the bad guy ain't getting away. Now let's hit rewind, because we really need to see what's happened over the years, what
Right.
got us here.
Right.
Now I'm not about to do the whole he say, she say thing, so let me show you some receipts. I first met her in 2012 when she was invited on stage to stand next to me when I gave my father his Liberty Medal.
Shout out to Pops. There you go. Rest in peace to the greatest to do it. Muhammad Ali put it on him. And we got a problem with Jake, goddammit. Jake over here tripping, and he disrespected Muhammad Ali when he did that little thing with Javante Davis when and then they all had him lined up. It was KSI, it was Conor McGregor, Javante Davis was the midget, but before that they had Muhammad Ali sitting on a pile of money, holding a pile of money, and then it turned into Jake Paul's like disrespecting the great, disrespecting the elder. But shout out to Muhammad Ali. Look at his daughter. There you go, Pops. You deserve this. There you go, champ.
At some point she reached.
And now everybody want to talk about we love Ali, but when he was living, they hated him. So don't yeah, they just disrespectful on a whole nother level. That's a whole nother stream. Let's break it down. Break it down. She got receipts.
Reached out, started asking me
Let me
for
rewind it a little bit and let me shut up. I read comments too.
some receipts. I first met her in 2012 when she was invited on stage to stand next to me when I gave my father his Liberty Medal. At some point, she reached out, started asking me for advice, wanted to know if she should go to the Olympics the second time or go pro. She would also call me and let me know when she was fighting. Now, at the time, I was one of the hosts of We Need to Talk, an all-female sports commentary show that still airs on CBS. I asked the producers if we could do a story on her. They agreed. So I got on a plane, flew to Colorado, and did a full sit-down interview with her. Now this is just a shortened version of the 6-minute piece that aired on CBS in 2016.
Okay, so all clips included in this video have been edited down for time. You can watch full versions on YouTube. So she about to break it down from the beginning to the end. So how this all started, because remember Claressa, she came out saying, Laila, I see Lee said this about me in the interview. She was talking about ain't nobody at the 168, but at the time I'm number one at 168, so I felt like she did a dig at me. But Laila saying, hell nah, you dealing with your own insecurities that you're projecting on me. I haven't the time, and these are the receipts. Let's get into it.
21-year-old Claressa Shields is as confident as her right hand is powerful. Soon, Claressa will be heading to Rio for the Olympics to try and do something that has never been done before. I sat down to talk with her about changing history and being a positive spark for her hometown. You should have heard the story by now. The one about a kid from Flint, Michigan, who has gone toe-to-toe with adversity and stands undefeated.
But I'll always go back to Flint and help.
I know that when I was fighting, any of my struggles that I had to overcome, or anything that I was upset about, whether it be something personal or something going on in the world, I would use that anger, and take it into the ring with me and channel that energy into the ring. Have you ever done that?
Oh, you already know she did that. And look at both of them, locked eyes, so they was gazing each other right there. But Laila Ali, she said, I'm gonna throw you a bone. I see what you doing. I know where you come from, so I'm gonna put you on that platform. And then she did just that. Let's continue on. Let's listen to Claressa. Let's hear if she got that fire in her voice.
I did that a lot. I was going through stuff back at home, but I would have a boxing match and I would take out everything I was going through on the girl, and that kind of helped me because after I boxed, that was my ultimate high, and I felt like my life was perfect for at least 2 weeks. So
Claressa's father, a former underground fighter, was passionate about boxing.
Ooh. So Laila Ali saying, nah, just like my daddy, I was boxing. Your daddy wanted you to box to be like me. That's what Laila is low-key saying. Your daddy wanted you to be like me, like how my father was, because technically, and I ain't throwing no digs, my daddy was greater than your daddy, and I'm greater than you. That's what I got from it, and I'm telling y'all let me know in the comment section. Oh, we only beginning. I gotta speak freely.
he went on to tell me that Muhammad Ali, his daughter, Laila, took after him. And he's like, and my dad, he says to this day, Laila's a bad girl. He says it all the time.
Ooh, she was reluctant to say that. She didn't really want to say that like that. Let's pause. She paused a little bit. She didn't want to admit it, but she had to let it out. But Claressa didn't want to say that. Let's watch it again.
It was perfect for at least 2 weeks. So
Claressa's father, a former underground fighter, was passionate about boxing.
he went on to tell me that Muhammad Ali, his daughter, Laila, took after him. And he's like, and my dad, he says it to this day, Layla's a bad.
Look, Laila, she was like, damn, I don't want to say this, but this is what my daddy said, so I got to say it with her ass right here. And then she said it, and she didn't want to. Let's pay attention. Last time.
Took after him. And he's like, and my dad, he says it to this day, Layla's a bad girl. He says it all the time. He said, nobody in our family took up boxing. I thought when he told me that, he was telling me to take after him.
Claressa beat the odds to win gold in 2012.
Right.
When the Olympics start in August, she'll try to be the first American boxer to win back-to-back gold medals.
And she did that two time, and she the quote, been there, done that. Those is my accomplishments in the sport of boxing. From a young whippersnapper to a grown woman, I will continue to rise to the occasion and conquer the odds. Claressa Shields.
Everybody's gonna be fighting you harder. Everybody's gonna be trying to elevate their game. They're gonna be running hard. They're gonna be training hard. They're gonna be dreaming about beating you. How are you preparing for that mentally and physically?
Honestly, I've learned how to beat every fighting style. Tall girls, short girls, girls my size.
And in the back of her head, she was like, and I can whoop your ass too. I know I learned how to beat you. My daddy talking about you better, and she want me to be like you. Let me shut up and get to it. I'm stumbling over my words.
Like, I'm pretty good, I'm pretty great, you know? I don't know what
You're supposed to feel that way about yourself.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't have been able to get to this level if you didn't feel that way about yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know about you ladies, but I have absolutely no doubt that Claressa is going to win gold again in the Olympics. Women's boxing wasn't even in the Olympics when I was boxing,
right.
So I'm like, do it for us, because she's in the weight class I would have been in. So I'm like, go get it, girl, go get it. There's a lot of women who have been training for a long time, and nobody knows who they are. So the Olympics just really gives them a platform and something to strive towards. I didn't even fight amateur because I was like, I can't go to the Olympics, so why should I do that? You know, I wanted to be in control of my career, but it's so great to see these young girls coming up. You know, you got 9-year-olds now and 10-year-olds, and they're inspired by people like Claressa.
You look like she bigged her up to me. Gave her nothing but respect and a platform, and she called it. She said, don't even worry about it. Claressa, she gonna get that second title. No one in history, male or female, has ever done what Claressa did. For her to come and try to diss me after you see what I bigged her up about, all of her accomplishments, saying that the little kids wanna be just like you, and then you attack me? We're gonna get to that part. I can't wait.
Now, as you can see, I was genuinely rooting for her.
Facts.
I gave her praise. I gave her a spotlight. When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the ring. I told her about the challenges that I faced fighting at 168, where there was limited competition, and I suggested that if she decided to turn pro, she should consider going down in weight somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges.
Ah, see, now it's making sense. Laila saying she would call me before a fight. She'll call me wanting advice for this. So that's why Claressa was referring to Laila Ali as Big Sis. See, we're getting everything now. The timeline is all adding up. So this is their cool. Big Sis, I'm gonna call you. Yeah, Big Sis, I have advice. I was wondering if whoop-de-wop. What do you think, Big Sis? And then Big Sis, known as Laila Ali, will tell baby sis Claressa some advice.
I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat, and get into elite next level shape. I pointed her in the right direction, and I had high hopes for her. Whether she decided to turn pro or not, I felt like her future was bright if she played her cards right. But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And I know those are strong words, but they actually fit.
Ooh, they actually fit. What's this? Amanda Serrano. Claressa, you are one of the best, and I will always admire what you have accomplished, but over the past 3 years, you have constantly made disrespectful comments about my company, my promoter, my accomplishments, and the people I care about who have changed my life and have made it a point to support women's boxing on the biggest stages possible. It's time to recognize this and move forward on separate paths. I will always be a big fan of yours in the ring and your in-ring accomplishments. Stay well.
This girl has created a pattern. It's been directed towards many people.
What's this? At Claressa Shields, this is the quote. Still don't know how I didn't win the Sportswoman of the Year for the @BET Awards, but congrats to Angel Reese and all the other nominees. I just thought accolades mattered. See, that's another thing with Claressa. She wants to be seen. She's that child who has never been seen, and she was always casted in the dark. But then once she got her swag up and once she got seen, that's when she want to blossom. Sort of like homegirl off The Craft. Remember Off The Craft, the movie, when the burnt victim girl, when her back was messed up and then she did all the witchcraft and the magic, and then her skin cleared up and then she was a whole new person. Y'all see it over and over again. Love don't cost a thing. Remember Alvin? He turned into Al. So it's the same thing right now with Claressa Shields. She's the modern day Nick Cannon. Love don't cost a thing. I just thought about that shit. Oh shit, shout out to the GOAT, but I see that right now. Claressa the GOAT, aka Clarenzo. That's Alvin and Al. Facts. So shout out to Love Don't Cost a Thing. That's Claressa Shields right now. That's hilarious. Crazy.
Time and time again. Now, before we started our interview in Colorado, she said to me, "You're the name people say when it comes to women's boxing. You're the face they know. I want that to be me."
Oh, Laila got some fire in her eyes. I'm thinking she might come out of retirement, ladies and gentlemen. And then nobody would give her a shot. Nobody in the world would give her a shot, like how when Terrence moved up and put the beats on Canelo, nobody gave him a shot. It was like, come on, you clowning. Then Laila Ali pull it off. She got them Ali genetics, and you see Pops behind her. Pops gonna come in fighting for her. What's that? The 6 man and shit. He'll hop in the body, start balling. Y'all remember the 6 man? Came out, brother died, and then Marlon Wayans and all that was getting hit with the brother body, and then they was just came out the greatest basketball players ever. That's gonna be Muhammad Ali with his daughter. He gonna hop in the body and put the beats on the GOAT. And then Laila Ali will be known as the greatest woman of all time, defeating the T-Rex Shields. Claressa, continue speaking, because it's making sense to me. I've been following it for these years, and now this is just coming full circle, and whatever pop in my head, I gotta let y'all know. Let me rewind it just a little bit.
It's been directed towards many people time and time again. Now, before we started our interview in Colorado, she said to me, "You're the name people say when it comes to women's boxing. You're the face they know. I want that to be me." Now, looking back after everything that's unfolded, it seems pretty calculated now. Like she was waiting for the right moment, the right excuse to finally do what she'd already made up her mind to do. I mean, that's how it feels now.
That's what it's looking like.
Told me she saw me as the face of women's boxing, and she told me that she wanted my spot. And she's been on a mission to ruin my reputation ever since, simply because she heard me make a comment that was not about her and she took it personal. Fast forward to 2018, I was promoting my cookbook, Food for Life, and went on The Breakfast Club, a national show with millions of listeners. I did a 36-minute interview, and when the topic of boxing came up, I actually mentioned her and made positive comments. Then much later into the interview, I was asked about the possibility of a comeback.
You ever get back in the ring just for fun?
You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little.
No, she got her setup in her garage and in her house. We seen it. I pitched some shorts up of it. She was in the gym after Claressa was talking some whoop-de-wop. Then she posted her working in the gym, hitting the bag, on the treadmill, working the little dumbbells, doing all the exercises and everything right there was Laila. So she been, and you got to remember with Ali, they don't talk for no damn reason. She coming out talking because she already made up her mind and she been putting the work in behind the scenes. For all we know, Laila Ali could have been training for Claressa Shields since 2018. Remember, she said in 2019, I was supposed to, I was talking to some people because they wanted me to come back to box, but Claressa wasn't even thought about. But then COVID happened, and y'all know what happened with that. So Laila Ali, she been training for Claressa. So this can be a rude awakening for the GOAT. Sort of like Terrence Crawford, how he was just plotting and waiting to get Canelo, just following him, watching him for years. Laila Ali just been watching Claressa for years in the background, just for years, just to watch it. With every move, what you doing? What you doing where you're going?
Baby 6-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my, I just turned 40.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
I know. I just
Charlamagne don't give a wow. As soon as you hear somebody talk about wow, man, really? They don't give a damn what you talking about.
turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, you know, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, you know.
See, I don't think there's no one at 168 right now that will warrant me to come out of retirement to fight them. That's right there. What she just said, that's what made Claressa do this whole crazy, that's madness. Oh, it making sense to me now. So that sentence right there, that's why Claressa went off on a tangent and started disrespecting her, because she said that. Wow, she didn't even mention her. She was projecting. Damn, it's making sense now.
Got a little baby six-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my, I just turned 40.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, you know, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't.
That she's saying I can do whatever I want to. Like I can come out of retirement right now if I wanted to.
think there's anyone there for.
But she don't think there's anyone at 168. That was the time that Claressa Shields was #1 at 168.
For me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, you know, usually.
A good challenge. Yeah. No, I have a heavy brain. I stay.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, you know, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband?
I don't think there's anyone there to actually give me a good challenge at 168. Claressa was #1, so she said, hold on, she's talking about me. How dare her say there's no one to fight at 168 and I'm ranked #1. I'm like there with Laila.
Argue because he can't, you know, usually they say you can say something slick, but with you can't say that slickness.
You was on the food.
That's what happened to the first husband. He tried to get slick and was like, what you say, nigga? And then he's like, you know what, I can't be dealing with this no more, Laila. And he ran off. Oh, DJ Envy, you made it pop up out of my head.
That works chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you
put some respect on her victories?
more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. Definitely boxing is my first love, and you know, cooking is something that I'm super passionate about.
Gotcha.
It'll be a part of my life forever. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. You know, I think everything happens in due time. You got Claressa Shields now.
Oh, see? She brung her up. You got Claressa Shields now. Let's listen. This is what Claressa was brung up, so maybe I was jumping the gun. Hold on. I was here this whole time, so let's listen.
Who's an Olympic champion, complains about things. You know, I think everything happens in due time. You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually.
That's a slight dig right there. Like if the Olympics was there when I was boxing, I would have did it too. So I see that too right there. Oh, I see now. I'm seeing the dig that Claressa was talking about. That little slight dig right there, because the Olympics wasn't around when I was doing my fight. Oh shit! Hold on. Now I'm putting my Claressa shoes on, my little Claressa Shields shoes on. I can see that, but for her to take it this deep, it's crazy. But I see that too, Laila. Because she keeps saying that every time she bring up Claressa Shields with the Olympics, right after she say because it wasn't around when I was doing my fighting, as if to say if it was there, I would have got gold too, easy money. Ah, okay, I see. Let me rewind it. This is only part 1. We got to break it down.
Life forever. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. You know, I think everything happens in due time. You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. Women's boxing is getting some good attention.
Now remember, at the time, we were on good terms. She was reaching out to me and referring to me as Big Sis.
I remember. She was Big Sis anything. Remember, I broke that down. Yep, you was Big Sis. Remember, I was there. She be stinging.
But this was her response.
I watched the Breakfast Club video with Laila Ali. You know, I have so much respect for her, you know, and I like her. I actually call her my big sis, but it was so many shots thrown. Like, if y'all really paid attention, you know, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the #1 in my weight class. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, nah.
He was like, hold on, she talking about me? I'm feeling a certain type of way right now. Little digs that only the ladies be picking up on. So y'all know the ladies will pick up on anything. It was like, she just looked at you and said, hi. No, it's the way she walked, her body language, and how she looked at you, and see her cut her little pupil. And I was like, damn, you seen all that? Yes, I did. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Facts, y'all know how it go.
And, you know, I just feel up at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the #1 in my weight class. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, nah. And, you know, I just feel like, you know, she gave props where it's due, but, you know, she also spoke on how, you know, what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. And it's like, we got two different goals and sets in life. You know, me winning 2 Olympic gold medals is just the beginning. You know, even when she was boxing, she never fought on Showtime, HBO.
See, I don't know how she got there. Like, that part, that's the disconnect for me. She never fought on this. She didn't even mention you or nothing. She bigged you up in the interview. And she just said, for me to come out of retirement, I'm seeing the landscape, and it's really right now, is nobody right now for me to fight right now. You think she's just gonna come in, get her feet wet, and fight the #1 fighter in there? You know, everybody need to tune up. And then Claressa just jumped off the deep end. She said, F it. If we're gonna go there, then I'm gonna be first.
I feel like, you know, she gave props where it's due, but, you know, she also spoke on how, you know, what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. When it's like, we got...
This shit not great enough for her. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, women boxing, it's just not big enough. Like, see, that lets you know that Laila Ali got a little bit of weight in the mindset of Claressa Shields. Because remember, Laila Ali said, Claressa Shields saying everybody wanted to be like me, that I was the greatest woman of all time, and I put women's boxing on my back. And in the back of the Claressa mind's like, what the hell are you talking about? I was trying to fight you. You saying you the best. I want to be the best. You're talking about you can come back, then fight me. Come on, lace them up with me. See, now I'm putting my shoes back on with Laila. I'm gonna be back and forth, but then in the inner, but the what's the word I'm looking for? But the overall realness of it is, I don't give a damn. This is content, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm tapping in.
Got two different goals and sets in life.
But we got to big up boxing, because there you go. That's what I wanted to say. Not one individual is bigger than the sport of boxing, but the characteristics and the little personalities, we love reacting on them. So keep them coming, and I'm just gonna let them off like hotcakes. I'm just gonna be reacting. I'm like, wow, wow. And it's like, goddamn, that fighter get knocked out character. He's just reacting to anything. Facts. We need to be tapping into 30 Eye Atlas with this boxing.
You know, me winning 2 Olympic gold medals is just the beginning. You know, even when she was boxing, she never...
3 Eye, I said 30 Eye. 3 Eye Atlas. It said it's passing behind the moon right now, and can't nobody observe it. It's gonna be October 29th. So they trying to get their probes and everything ready, but then everybody shut down and NASA ain't talking about nothing. Y'all heard Cat Williams, and now they just be taking off in the middle of the night, and when nobody there, they just be tiptoeing. We seen Cat. When we heard Cat.
Fought on Showtime, HBO. I fought the main event on Showtime. I don't know how many times now.
But congratulations. What that got to do with Laila Ali? Because she don't feel like there's nobody in the division that she want to fight right now. And now she's talking about what she did. See, that's that projecting again. Nobody give a damn what you talk about. Laila talking about her, and she bigging you up. I don't feel like it's nobody in the division that I want to fight right now. That's crazy. Imagine if Terrence Crawford just said that right now. I don't feel like there's nobody in the division, and then Christian Umbili pop up talking about, what you mean? What you talking about? And now Christian Umbili got smoked with Terrence Crawford because he said something. It's madness.
Nah. And you know, I just feel...
Shout out to Montreal. Eye of the Tiger Promotions. Y'all got to put up another fight card so I can call the blow by blow.
Like, you know, she gave props where it's due, but, you know, she also spoke on how, you know, what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. When it's like, we got two different goals and sets in life. You know, me winning 2 Olympic gold medals is just the beginning. You know, even when she was boxing, she never fought on Showtime, HBO. I fought the main event on Showtime. I don't know how many times now. You know, fast.
Oh, I think she's saying that because Laila Ali said there was no Olympic boxing when I was around. So this is Claressa Shields' subliminal blow. Ah, okay, I'm catching on.
Woman to win a world title. I did it in 4 fights. You know, and yeah, you can say, oh, the competition isn't there, and this girl wasn't that. But like I did it up in up in 4 fights, and so the girls that Laila Ali fought wasn't, you know, that great either. I mean, like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen, and, you know, if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble. We can go. You know, this is not like, oh, I'm going to step away. Like,
Rumble, young woman, rumble.
I respect her and everything, but, you
Want
know,
that smoke.
you're not going to come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, Claressa own one. Now she just in her own head. She in her own head movies right now. She said, yeah, now you ain't gonna come back and want to beat me. She's not trying to come back and fight you. She said there's nobody in that division right now that I want to fight. She's not coming back to try to beat you, right? She didn't even say none of that. This is madness. Yeah, Claressa living in her head movies, y'all. And we seeing it in real time. We gonna keep reacting. This shit good.
scene, and, you know, if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble. We can go. You know, this is not like, oh, I'm going to step away. Like, I respect her and everything, but, you know, you're not going to come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. You know, I just don't like the disrespect. And this is my last video, too, about this.
She didn't disrespect you, champ.
You know, I never used her name to try to be like, you know, try to call her out of retirement.
She said this the last video. So if you talking about this the last video, you just making videos and videos. Oh, she living rent free from Flint. She living rent free in Flint. In the mindset of Claressa Shields right now with Laila Ali. Because remember that rent free was made famous by Tony Harrison living rent free in Charlo Head. Living rent free. So right now, Laila Ali is living rent free in the GWOAT's mind because she's saying she's the greatest woman of all time. But the people saying that Laila Ali was the greatest woman of all times and she's still living. So Claressa got a problem with that. And you got to see her. I don't give a damn if you 50 and retired. You got to see me. That's like, oh, hey, these YNs are wilding.
See, like, she talking about she come out of retirement, she just gonna beat me if she decided to.
Now, of course, I didn't respond to this, but
Right.
I noted it. For someone who
You don't need to respond to that. We see what happened. Now we got the receipts. It's been mismatched for me over the years. And now I'm just connecting the pieces and now I'm connecting the dots. That's why I'm over here rolling like this. Cause I'm in this field and I'm over here watching all this because this is a fight channel. So I'm watching this shit. So this is good to me. So that's let y'all know, subscribe to the channel because I'll break it down for you because I didn't seen it all. And now she coming out with this video and it's only part 1. I'm missing the popcorn. I'm gonna be here for all this. This shit hot.
hardly had any experience as a professional boxer and was supposedly looking up this,
My bad.
but I know
Disrespect. And this is my last video too about this. You know, I never used her name to try to be like, you know, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement, she just gonna beat me if she decided to.
Now, of course, I didn't respond to this,
You ain't
but
got
I
to.
noted it. For someone who hardly had any experience as a professional boxer and was supposedly looking up to me, for her to think that I would even call her name in a conversation about me fighting or making a comeback was silly to me. Especially since I had literally told her that I retired from boxing because I didn't feel inspired or challenged anymore by the level of competition that was available to me.
Boom, that right there. Literally, that's all she said. And now Claressa just said, I fought here, I did this, she ain't did nothing. She been hating on me. She's mad because I got 2 gold Olympics and why she ain't coming out of retirement to fight me. Why, Fred? It's like, oh, why, Craig? That's what you do. Sound like moms from Friday. Why, Craig? Go ahead and let me rewind it. Cause I hear y'all in the comments. He talked too much. You got to. Facts. Let me get to it. There you go.
About me fighting or making a comeback was silly to me, especially since I had literally told her that I retired from boxing because I didn't feel inspired or challenged anymore by the level of competition that was available to me. We had that talk. So I learned a lot about her character and her mindset. She took what I said out of context and made it all about her. I decided I was no longer going to invest time or energy into her. But she, on the other hand, she took it straight to social media, started comparing her boxing skills to mine, making negative comments about me, and
in real time, ladies and gentlemen, we seen this shit in real time, and now she breaking it down. It's like facts. Laila ain't lying.
pitting herself against me in a fight. A year later, I was doing press for my show Homemade Simple on OWN, so I went on Sway Universe, another syndicated national show with millions of listeners. We were talking, he asked me about boxing, he asked me about her, I said positive comments as usual, then he plays one of her visits.
Are you watching women's boxing today?
Oh yeah.
You like Claressa?
I do. I think that she's a talented fighter, and she has the opportunity right now. The stage is set, so now she just has to kind of do her thing.
Talk about Homemade Simple airing Saturday.
And she continued to big up Claressa. She was just saying that the stage is set for Claressa to take over. That yes, I had women's sport on my shoulders, and now it's time for Claressa to put it on her shoulders to take women's boxing to the next level. That's Laila right now bigging up Claressa on Sway in the morning. I'm like, why you cut your dreads, Sway?
It's 9 a.m. on the OWN network. Okay, it's an incredible show. I had Claressa here, right? I asked her who did she think would win and you against you in your prime and her now. And this is what she said.
She's not cut like me. She don't take the challenges. Like, she didn't fight against Ann Wolf. I fight against...
Oh, she already coming out talking about this Ann Wolf madness. And look at trying to play it cool right now. And as soon as somebody started grabbing cups and touching, moving stuff around, it was like, I know this little ditty.
The best and beat the best. And if Laila Ali was to come out of retirement, I beat her too.
That's not anything I haven't heard before. First of all, she's supposed to feel like she's the greatest.
Absolutely.
But just because you think you are doesn't mean you are.
Okay.
I like to support and uplift people, and I think that on your way up, just do your best not to disparage those that have come before you. First of all, she could never beat me.
Let her know what the truth is, and you can see the fire in her eyes. She was calm and cool, but when it's talking about beat, it just registered in the mindset of Laila Ali. Hold on. What you talking about? Beat? Hold on. First and foremost, she cannot beat me. Let that be known.
Okay.
Let me just get that straight right now.
You want to get that straight, Laila?
Let's get that straight right now.
Okay.
And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out, but because she's not talented enough to beat me. It's a sweet...
I remember this, ladies and gentlemen. I did the shorts on it. She's not talented enough to beat me. That was Laila Ali talking that sass. And then as soon as she said that, responding to Claressa, and then this, now it take off. Now it just took off. And now we're here today. And Laila Ali breaking it all down. Sway's universe. He got to let me on Sway. I can spit some bars too.
Enough. Okay, because I would definitely knock her out. But because she's not talented enough to beat me. It's a sweet science to boxing. The reason why you have not been able to knock out the opponents that you've already faced, I can totally see it. Why? But maybe if you would have been a little more respectful, and I'm not talking about thinking you can beat me and call it, do all that. I'm talking about just trying to, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. Yeah. I don't respect her as a boxer. I only respect her as a businesswoman. I've heard her say that before. I was always there for her because she's a young black girl from Flint, Michigan. Yeah, Flint. And I want to help uplift her because that's the Ali way.
That's the Ali way. That's what we talk, and that's the fight to get knocked out way too. We uplift people around here, but when negativity come and strike, then we're gonna have to put on our shields. We're gonna have to grab our lightning bolts, and we're gonna have to climb down from the mountains and be like, what did this human say? Don't you ever disrespect that who paved the way for you.
I am successful in so many areas outside of boxing. Boxing is not what defines me. There's always going to be another girl. But I tell you what, when I offered her to spar me, that definitely was a check right there to see. Let me see what kind of heart she has.
Oh, she didn't take it up. She's saying, oh, and now Laila Ali saying you lack the heart. You talking about you want to touch me up, you want to beat me up, you can do this and that. But when I offer to spar you, a great opportunity for you to put your hands on me like you've been saying, that you're the best, you turned it down. Ooh. So Laila Ali was offering to fight Claressa, not under the bright lights, not for no check, no nothing. If you saying strictly on that you're the best and you can beat me, then let's go spar. Ain't nobody got to be there. It can just be me and you and a water boy or the water girl. It don't matter. Have both of them in there, the water boy and the towel girl. And then I'll whoop your ass and then give you the water and the towel that I provide. But Claressa turned down the smoke from a 40-year-old woman.
And I want to help uplift her because that's the Ali way. I am successful in so many areas outside of boxing. Boxing is not what defines me. There's always going to be another girl. But I tell you what, when I offered her to spar me, that definitely was a check right there to see. Let me see what kind of heart she has. You should come whoop me just for bragging rights. And she didn't take me up on that offer. I said, okay. And let's put this in context. I'm only talking about this because you're asking me.
She's done a ton of interviews since then, and she's always saying I disrespected her. Now you've seen what she's been referring to. So she
Broke it down to the T. Now we seen the build up to where Claressa just went off on the deep end. And look at the fire in the eyes of Laila Ali.
felt justified to go on a tirade, and of course, she's twisted the story over the years and taken my comments out of context. Now, according to her—
No, that's big fact. She hella took her comments out of context. And she, damn, taking it out of context, goddamn it. She said, what the hell you doing writing with literature? And just did all type of shit. Oracle speaking. Don't you dare speak another word about me.
I just started talking about knocking her out, just out of jealousy. Now you've seen what I said, what she said, how
Facts.
this started, and you can see she pitted herself against me in a fight.
No facts. Out of nowhere. And it's funny how Claressa said she pitted herself against Laila Ali when Laila Ali said, there's nobody for me to fight, so why would I fight? Why would I go into the ring when there's no competition for me? So she don't even want to go fight nobody. And then Claressa said, hold on, you don't want to come fight me? Oh yeah, hell nah, you ducking my smoke. Like, I'm retired. I got my businesses, I got my family. I'm a married woman handling business. I haven't the time.
Now I know some of this younger generation may not be familiar with me, but I've never been one to just talk about things I can't do. When I said that I would knock her out back in 2019, it wasn't any different than what I've said to anyone who's challenged me in the past. You can go back and look at tape on me. That was not just talk for me, it's what I did. TKO, KO,
Receipts.
It didn't matter.
Receipts, got her in the ring, putting them out of there too, standing there looking at them. Put the beats on these women. Look at the feet work, the balance is right there. That's how she can turn her hands and turn her hips to let that power on full display. Land flush, land clean. Out she goes. Laila Ali is your victor. The legacy continues.
I was gonna stop you. It wasn't going to a decision. And if you didn't belong in there with me, I was gonna get you out of there. That's just facts.
She be stinging.
That's not disrespect.
She be
That's
stinging.
boxing talk. Back then in 2020, I did get to a point where I was ready to get back in the ring and show her why, even
Oh,
though—
what's this? Laila Ali, she was on ESPN, First Take, when First Take was popping, ladies and gentlemen, with Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith. Laila Ali, I would come out of retirement to fight Claressa Shields. But this shit getting heated. Hey, it's getting heated. Hey, let's get to it. She be stinging. Oh, look at that body shot with a right hand over the top. Left to the body, right hand over the top. Hell, y'all talking about all, wait a minute. I'm having that moment, ladies and gentlemen, when you just know, I think Laila Ali might beat her. If Claressa Shields, you know the GWOAT, I'm rocking with the GWOAT. But if Laila Ali, I gotta rock with Laila. I'm rocking with Laila, ladies and gentlemen. We rocking with Ali. I just picked a side. But for the sport of boxing, that'd be crazy for the sport of boxing. That'll really uplift women's boxing. If Laila Ali come out of retirement to make the super fight, we need Turkey out of shake. No, I need to get on the phone with the king and with the crown prince so they can tell and let Turkey Al Sheikh know if I to get knocked out. He says you got to make this fight between Laila Ali and Claressa Shields. And do you have anything else? I'm talking to the king and the crown prince, y'all. Do you have anything else fight to get knocked out? Yes, I would love to have that fight on the West Coast so I can show up and I can be there in person. And it's like, well, you got it, and we're going to have to put it on the West Coast, ladies and gentlemen. Laila Ali versus Claressa Shields. Probably in the stadium where the Chargers and the Rams play. Nah. Hell nah. Have it at the Petco Park. Ooh, have it at the Petco Park. That'd go crazy.
KO, it didn't matter. I was gonna stop you. It wasn't going to a decision. And if you didn't belong in there with me, I was gonna get you out of there. That's just facts. That's not disrespect.
It ain't.
That's boxing talk.
She be
Back
stinging.
then in 2020, I did get to a point where I was ready to get back in the ring and show her why, even though she is talented. I said it back then and I'm saying it now, but she could never outbox me. High-level promoters did reach out to me directly, and we had some serious conversations about me making a comeback. Now, of course, she was never even involved in any of those discussions. Then COVID happened, you know how that was, and it all went away, and I left it alone. Now, here is just a small glimpse of the narrative that she's been building over the years.
But I feel like Laila Ali has always been kind of envious of me. I'm just so accomplished in women's boxing, and she never got that due diligence and that respect. So to see.
Shout out to Radio Raheem. Y'all go subscribe to Seconds Out. Radio Raheem. It's Radio Raheem. Getting off. I'll be watching all y'all, champs. So salute. Y'all go tap in and subscribe to the ones that paved the way for fighting get knocked out to exist. So that's what we talking about. All the ones, all y'all boys. Nothing but shout outs. I'm going to write it all. Everybody.
See me getting it kind of pisses her off. So you look at who she
Hold on,
fought.
what's this? Laila Ali never fought Vonda Ward. What is this? Laila Ali, 162 pounds. She beat Christine Martin, and Christine Martin weighed 159 pounds. And she beat her by KO in round number 4. So yeah, she was right on weight. 160, she was 159. Laila was 162. So that narrative is broken. Laila got receipts. So Claressa is lying. Came out, now she lying. In her head, movie's lying. There you go. Break it down. Laila ain't playing. Let's rewind all this over. Laila got receipts.
And it all went away, and I left it alone. Now here is just a small glimpse of the narrative that she's been building over the years.
But I feel like Laila Ali has always been kind of envious of me. I'm just so accomplished in women's boxing, and she never got that due diligence and that respect. So to see me getting it kind of pisses her off. So you look at who she fought. Her biggest test was freaking Vonda Ward and Christine Martin. And Christine Martin weighed in at 140 pounds. And
Christine Martin weighed in at 140, and then Christine Martin, she weighed in fight night at 159, and Laila Ali was 152, and Laila Ali never fought Vonda Ward. So now Claressa Shields is seen as a liar.
And Laila Ali was 160. Like, how are you making matches like that?
Because you making shit up, now she just making shit up. In her head, movie's tripping.
So Laila Ali is a hater. That's it. Nothing but her being a hater and her being, envious of my success and what I've done for women's boxing. And she feels like she deserves that credit because everybody kind of give it to me now. And I think that she's like, but I'm an Ali daughter and I boxed before her and I'm 24-0 with 21 knockouts, and she kind of, want people to keep acknowledging her. She's retired.
She's retired.
And
She's
been
probably
retired for a long time.
43.
I hate when somebody else try to take somebody else's shine, somebody else's attention. It's like,
Damn.
she's, nobody was.
I'm lost, ladies and gentlemen. How is Laila Ali trying to take anybody's shine and anybody's attention when she was the one who pulled you up and gave you the spotlight? This is madness. See, trying to outshine the master, ladies and gentlemen. That's one of the laws, one of the rules. Never outshine the master. She ain't worried about you. She the one lifted you up on the talk show already up here. She said, you know what? Let me look down. You know what? I see this young, beautiful black woman fighting out of Flint, Michigan. Let me go support her. Let me go uplift her. Claressa is projecting.
Trying to take her attention when it was her time. Undisputed champion. She's never been undisputed. And people are comparing me to her, and she gets offended. When it was like, to me, I thought it was a good comparison because I feel like I box way better than her. And for them to be saying that me and her.
I'm gonna call Cap. We seen a couple of fights with Claressa, how she'd come in just rushing in, throwing her hands, feet not set, lunging over, off balance. I seen it. I called the blow-by-blows. I think I got Laila. Let's listen. Everything is being revealed, and now I'm just looking at her like goddamn Nick Cannon from Love Don't Cost a Thing. She's Alvin, aka Al. Got the spotlight and going crazy. Was never seen before, now she's seen. She's feeling confident in her skin. In real time. Madness. Let's get to it.
Try to take somebody else's shine, somebody else's attention. It's like,
Damn.
she's, nobody was trying to take her attention when it was her time. Undisputed champion.
What? You as a child? What the hell are you talking about? You 30 years of age right now. You was a young whippersnapper. You wasn't even thinking about boxing like that. Well, you probably was boxing, but come on now. You can't say that. That's some wild work.
Take her attention when it was her time. Undisputed champion. She's never been
Nobody tried
undisputed.
to take her
and people
attention.
You know, it's like she's, you know, nobody was trying to take her attention when it was her time. Undisputed.
Yeah, she in her feelings. She in her feelings, ladies and gentlemen. You wasn't even around when it was her time. What the hell are you talking about? She 40-something years. You just said she 43 years old. Oh, madness.
Champion. She's never been undisputed. And people are comparing me to her, and she gets offended. When it was like, to me,
The only thing I get from Laila when they keep comparing is the Olympics, because every time they bring up the Olympics, Laila will say that it wasn't around when I there, so I can see that. But other than that, I don't see what you're talking about.
I thought it was a good comparison because I feel like I box way better than her. And for them to be saying that me and her are equal or whatever, she should have been happy because of that, because they're giving her more props on her skills, which I feel like she didn't really have that much. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, we had Laila Ali. Respect. But she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. I'm gonna be different, because I'm gonna give my blessing, or I'm gonna let a girl take her blessing. And what that means, I'm gonna fight the young girls coming up, and if they beat me, now they're the best.
She's retired from the sport and she don't want to come back. What are you talking about?
It's boxing what I'm doing. I'm gonna be different, because I'm gonna give my blessing, or I'm gonna let a girl take her blessing. And what that means, I'm gonna fight the young girls coming up, and if they beat me, now they're the best.
But she's 43 years of age and she's been retired from the sport for years. I think decade, probably like a decade, if that. She's been retired from the sport. This is mind-boggling.
That's how you do it. My advice, Laila, is you will look a lot better, and people will stop calling you a hater and calling you jealous and old and bitter. If you actually stop hating, bro, you will look better if you was to support the black girl from Flint who...
She did. Oh my. We got the receipts in real time. She had the talk show. She brung you up. Going on radio stations. She's bigging you up. She even said it out of her mouth. The young black kid from Flint, Michigan. I get behind her. I support her. I was on my TV show and I told the producers, hey, there's this young black girl from Flint, Michigan. I believe she deserves the spotlight. Can we give it to her? Huh. Interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Claressa is the hater. This whole time.
People will stop calling you a hater and calling you jealous and old and bitter. If you actually stop hating, bro, you will look better if you was to support the black girl from Flint who made it out the trenches to where she at now. You will look a lot better.
But she supported you. We seen it. Look, like we just synced it. All we got to do is rewind it. Oh, wow. She looking evil now.
She wants to try to make it still seem like she's somewhat relevant in women's boxing. When people give her props about how she built up women's boxing, and I just don't feel the same way. What really did you do for women's boxing? Like, you let it die. You let it die for 20 years, and then I had to come and put in all this extra work.
So she just told on herself, you let it die for 20 years. So she been out of the sport for 20 years, and you're... That's wild work. Oh yeah, she jealous of Laila Ali. She jealous.
To get it to where it is now. I think that wasn't fair, and I don't think that she was as big as a pioneer in women's boxing as she thinks she was. Because I would never do that. I would pass the torch.
She said she's been retired from boxing for 20 years. You just said she let boxing down for 20 years. And now you're talking about I want to pass the torch? That's some wild work. That's some wild work. That's like Moses Atalma. What if Moses Atalma came out right now and was like, nah, Lennox Lewis was the greatest heavyweight of the greatest of all times, and he need to pass the torch to me, so I'm calling him out. It's like, what? What are you talking about? That's some nasty work. What is this? I can't see this. Let's make it bigger. Hold on, let me try to make this bigger, ladies and gentlemen. I can't see. Pro female boxers. Oh, she probably, okay. I ain't gonna blow all this up and mess up my retinas. Look, mess up my retinas. We can get the gist of it right here. So these is all the professional female boxers that's out right now, and you worried about my ass who's been out of the sport, like you said, who let it down 20 years ago. Make that make sense.
There are hundreds and hundreds of women who have participated in the sport of boxing over the years. They have all made a contribution in their own way.
Yeah, for her to say that is crazy. Each and every woman who laced up a pair of gloves that went in that squared circle, that chamber of truth, you made a pathway for Claressa Shields to try to take it to the next level. But she dealing with her ego right now. And that ego is venom to her right now. It's a parasite and it's connected to her host. So y'all better watch Claressa. Now Papoose coming in, you know that's her handler. Y'all better start getting up on game. So yeah, Papoose is just Claressa. I don't know what allegedly say that to protect me, but we seen this over and over again. Especially, you want to come in here and now she's rapping, trying to go through her little rituals. So pay attention to Claressa, because it's looking like Claressa is going through her ritual phase right now, trying to get it to the top. Y'all know how it go.
Don't need to argue over who's done more. That destructive crab in a barrel mentality is exactly what we don't need in the sport.
Facts.
Here she is on a recent podcast explaining how she's passing the torch and that she has created a blueprint for success, which she is now sharing with other female fighters. She says that the number one thing they need to know is how to build their brand.
I actually promote a woman fighter, and I'm giving her all the jewels and stuff that I know so she can get her big paydays too. It's a blueprint now on how you make $1 million, even if you don't have the gold medals. The biggest blueprint is build your brand.
Oh, she must have forgot years ago she recorded this and said that.
Yep, and you told me about building your brand. She got the receipts. Oh, facts. Got it on you right there. Talk to him, Laila. And then she came out on $1 million worth of game, and then she said Jake Paul told her about branding too. But it's her subconscious mind living rent-free in her head. Laila Ali, that came from her. And she can't see it because she's so caught up with the jealousy. She's caught up.
Even if you don't have the gold medals, the biggest blueprint is build your brand.
Oh, she must have forgot years ago she recorded this and said that I gave her the piece of advice that she is now referring to as the most valuable piece of information that you need to be successful. But supposedly I didn't support her and I didn't want to pass the torch.
No, we got the receipts. We are you uplifter. You gave her everything. We broke that down. But that's just let you know that Laila Ali is literally, she done made it to the subconscious realm of Claressa Shields' mind. Meaning she's forging reality for her. So she thinking that she got to focus on her brand. That idea popped up in her head when it was planted by Laila Ali herself. You gotta love receipts. Let's continue. This is hot.
Laila Ali told me to build my brand.
This is part she cooked her with part one. Look, we still got 10 minutes. We still got 10 minutes left, and this is only part one. Oh yeah, Laila cooked. Oh yeah, goddamn it, she she deep fried, ladies and gentlemen. And this is only part one. The receipts will eat you up every time. And she gonna whoop her ass in the ring. Looking like I chose a side.
Piece of advice
I choose boxing though.
That she is now referring to as the most valuable piece of information that you need to be successful. But supposedly I didn't support her and I didn't want to pass the torch.
Laila Ali told me to build my brand, a good brand, and a brand that I want to represent and stand for. And she said have good people behind me who I trust.
So this whole idea that she started about me being jealous because of her accolades and her surpassing me, do you realize that for years, fans have believed that there's so many fighters that are better than me? I mean, they have more titles than me. Multi-million-dollar fights are happening, more money than I ever made, more money than she's making. So I guess if I'm supposedly jealous of her, I must be hating on them too, right?
Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, girls like that.
Nope.
Look at Holly Holmes and all them girls.
I actually celebrate other women. Fans.
We celebrate women's boxing. Claressa, you're not bigger than women's boxing. Women's boxing is everybody, including you. But it's not just you. Claressa got that David Ruffin mentality. It's Claressa Shields, then it's women's boxing. Ain't nobody coming to y'all fights. Serrano, Taylor, they coming to see me. Nobody coming to see you, Otis. They coming to see Claressa. The women's boxing David Ruffin.
Fans have believed that there's so many fighters that are better than me. I mean, they have more titles than me. Multi-million-dollar fights are happening. More money than I ever made, more money than she's making. So I guess if I'm supposedly jealous of her, I must be hating on them too, right? Nope, I actually celebrate other women's success. I have relationships with those women. We have mutual respect. It's all love. She's the only one who decided to make herself my opposition. And she has created this drama and she's kept it going for the past 8 years.
And all them women y'all see right there, that's women's boxing. Oh yeah, Claressa just jealous and she's a hater. Now come to Claressa the hater.
People came to know her because she kept calling out my name. She's obsessed with me and she literally cannot keep the name Laila Ali out her mouth. There are people who will say, she's confident, she talks trash. That's what fighters do. Yes, fighters talk.
Yeah, but she's disrespectful.
Nobody did it better than my father and me, and we backed it up.
Facts.
I've never had a problem with the fighter saying they could beat me or that they think they're better than me. That's expected. I don't consider that disrespect. But what I do have a problem with is a liar or someone who intentionally tries to disparage me in order to gain visibility and respect. As I mentioned in my interview on Sway about 8 years
ago. Damn, I said disrespectful. She called her a liar. So that's been proven in this video.
Better than my father and me, and we backed it up. I've never had a problem with the fighter saying they could beat me or that they think they're better than me. That's expected. I don't consider that disrespect. But what I do have a problem with is a liar or someone who intentionally tries to disparage me in order to gain visibility and respect. As I mentioned in my interview on Sway, about 8 years ago, I offered her sparring during one of our phone conversations.
And she turned it down. That lets you know she didn't really want to smoke. Because you're saying, you great? Come spar me. You can come to my house. We can have a backyard brawl. You're that bad. You think you can beat me? Come and prove it. Come and show me without everybody around. So you can tap into you. So we can peel off everything you got on so we can reveal the true Claressa.
I was like 40, 41. It was just to give her some work. Well, she changed that subject and never took me up on the sparring. So when I mentioned it on Sway, there was a lot of comments from the public because people were surprised that she wouldn't have taken that opportunity. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she could do and vice versa. So I guess after the feedback and comments that she saw, she felt the need to take it to social media and put out an excuse.
Said on Sway that if I was so tough that I would have sparred her for brownie points. I am a 2-time Olympic champ. Only thing that matters to me is what happened outside of practice. She talking about practice. Take the Ella.
Ma, it's not about that. She ain't talking about that. You saying you the baddest and you the best. Well, let's go box. We can go fight right now and you can go prove that to me with your fists right now. And you didn't take her up on that option. So this practice and all that, you can throw that out the window. We ain't buying none of that over here.
You talking about practice? I don't care about sparring nobody. I'll get in there and spar and work with anybody. All I care about is fighting. But like I said,
what? All I care about is fighting. Well, she just offered you to fight and you declined it. What the hell are you talking about? All I care about is fighting. Hey, Claressa, I offer you a fight. I don't feel like fighting. Make it make sense. This is in real time, and I'll be rocking with Claressa, but this video, goddammit, she got the receipts and the proof, and I can't lie to myself nor y'all. I'm watching it in real time with y'all. Well, this video gonna get put out, but this is me. This is my first time seeing this.
yeah, she don't really care about women's boxing.
So that was her response. Why sparring? It doesn't mean anything. But many years later, she comes up with a whole new story.
And the thing is, she keeps saying,
shout out to Andre Ward, and y'all better start putting some more respect on Andre Ward. Retiring undefeated, going through his fire. I had to tap into some Andre Ward. I was like, oh shit, I had no idea, champ. He putting that goddamn work in. And I remember a glimpse of just a little bit, but in my mind, in them early like 2009s, 2010s, 2012s, 2013s, 15s, like that. Somewhere else, goddamn it. Mine was somewhere else. But then recently, I was like, oh yeah, Andre Ward, he was that guy. When we seen her, and I seen him at his once he got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Soon as right to meet it was over, he started letting it off on the folks. I got to do some shorts about that. He wasn't playing. He started speaking his mind. He started speaking the truth. Like I was holding my tongue, but I got what I wanted. So now I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth, what these mother cluckers been up to and what they've been doing behind the scenes. I'm gonna find that and I'm gonna let them off. Let me rewind a little bit so we can talk. But y'all go rock and go subscribe to I forget the damn show they on with him and it'd be Roy Jones and all that, All the Smoke or something like that. No, I think that's them. It's so many, guys. It's so many. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just find it.
Why sparring? It doesn't mean anything. But many years later, she comes up with a whole new story.
Because she's living in her head movies right now, so she's just making it up as she goes along.
And the thing is, she keeps saying, one time she asked me to spar.
Yeah, All the Smoke fight.
Tell you this, Jason Crutchfield was my eyes and my ears back then, because I was naive. I don't pay attention to stuff. Jason had already told me back then she feels some type of way. Coming in, gold medals and doing your thing, he was like, she feels some type of way.
No, I can see that feel a certain type of way, because every time she missing the Olympics, she say it wasn't around back when I was fighting. Like if it was around back then with me, I could have did it 3 times better than her too. I probably would have did it 4 or 5 times.
But she's still embracing you though. And I said, okay, whatever. But I had mad love for her though. So it was like, the closest thing to Muhammad Ali is Laila Ali. So I love this girl, you know what I'm saying? And looked into her, took her advice and everything. He said, when we going down here, because she had appointed me to give Muhammad Ali the Liberty Medal in Philadelphia. Now that when she asked me to spar, I said, you want to spar me? And that's when it was more of like a, dang, I hate that coach was right about you. I'm like, okay, well, we can spar when you want to spar. I got my stuff in the car. She like, no, it ain't like that. I'm more about, let's not talk about it, let's be about it.
Oh my. Hey, oh my goodness, Claressa, you out here looking bad.
I got my stuff in the car. She like, no, it ain't like that. I'm more about, let's not talk about it, let's
I remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't none of this, she literally just made that up.
Be about it.
Now you know that was a flat out lie.
No, facts. We was right there. That's a damn lie. Nah, Laila, you right. She's lying. That's just facts.
We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me. There is absolutely no way she would have passed up the chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she could do and vice versa. I did an interview with Andre for his podcast too, before I had a chance to see her episode. And if you go watch her interview, everything's I think this, somebody told me that, no facts. I need you to understand how deep this goes with
Claressa Shields on making boxing history tension with Laila Ali.
This girl. Now I know
and this was January 16th, 2020.
She's on a constant search for validation. She needs to feel important, and it's obvious she's fixated on me. But watch how she sits on The Breakfast Club, the same show she saw me on back in 2018 when I said I wasn't making a comeback. She goes on in 2020 after dragging my name for years and acts like she has no idea why I no longer support her or want anything to do with her. Now she knows The Breakfast Club is a national show with millions of listeners, so she's careful not to say anything negative about me because that wouldn't fit the story she's trying to sell. Instead, she plays it safe so she can position herself as the victim.
Do I want to fight a 41 or 40-year-old Laila Ali? No. I want to actually her embrace me.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. We've been here. We've been doing this reaction for 1 hour and 9 minutes. And we seen the proof in the pudding. This is wild work. Damn. Laila, thank you for the receipts. This is crazy. Claressa out here looking goofy.
Do I want to fight a 41 or 40-year-old Laila Ali? No.
And she was just talking about, hold on, what you talking? Remember when Laila Ali said, you know what, I don't want to come out of retirement. There's nobody for me to fight. And then she got mad. What you mean ain't nobody there to fight you? I'm ranked #1 and I'm standing right here. What you mean? I'm #1 contender. You need to come and fight me to show me you the baddest, to pass the torch. Don't you want to pass the torch? She just said all that. Now she just went over here talking crazy on January 16th, 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, wow.
Fit the story she's trying to sell. Instead, she plays it safe so she can position herself as the victim.
Do I want to fight a 41 or 40-year-old Laila Ali? No. I want to actually her embrace me, I embrace her, and we build women's boxing to the place where it's supposed to be at.
Laila Ali, oh my goodness, that's what she was doing, uplifting you, being close to you. You called her big sis, gaining advice, and then when she said, there's nobody for me to fight, then you turned on her and went crazy, and now you're coming back saying, why would you guys want me to fight a 43-year-old woman? We just need to come together and we can just make women's boxing go to the next level. And she, in her head, movie's tripping.
But I don't think she sees that vision. Like she doesn't show me any kind of support. Like I see her all the time commenting on this other boxer girl page, Katie Taylor, and always telling her congrats and everything.
Because she says congratulations to you as well. She gave you a whole goddamn platform. This is women's boxing. It's not Claressa's boxing. This is women's boxing. With an S. It's women's, not woman. This is wild work.
But then with me, it's like she don't show any kind of respect or acknowledgement, and I'm a black girl just like she is, who came up hard.
And now she's trying to get the emotional, and oh my goodness, she didn't put you on a platform, she didn't put you on a TV show, she's telling everybody about you. She's saying, I'm gonna uplift the little black girl from Flint. She lying again.
And I have to been making my way forever. Like I made my own way. I wasn't handed anything. Just about supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? But
I wonder why she wouldn't though. Like, what, did you say something about her back in the day?
No, she did. She did.
Yeah.
I just think that in boxing, she feel like she never got her fair share. I feel like she never got to the point where she wanted to get to. And
I can see that too. I can see that part. That part I agree with.
People recognize Laila Ali, but they always try to say like, oh, she only was big because of her dad, and they don't really give her props on her skills. I'm not one of those people. And then some people say that she didn't fight Ann Wolf, but me being a woman fighter, now I realize that it's hard to make big fights with other big women. It really is. So think about it. Back then, when it wasn't a lot of money, wasn't TV exposure, I kind of can see why her and Ann Wolf didn't fight. But people's story is that she was scared of Ann Wolf, and Ann Wolf would have knocked her out. And that's their story.
Yes, that's their story. You ain't heard it from the horse's mouth. You wasn't even alive to go through it. So then you just believe in the hearsay? When you be constantly talking about if it ain't come from my mouth, it ain't real? Oh, Claressa, stick to boxing and stop rapping.
3 months later, she takes her mask off and she's back to her usual story.
Well, Ann Wolf, you were a better fighter than her. And I believe that that's where this whole beef started from. That, you know, I spoke on that. She hate whenever your name gets mentioned. She still to this day mentions your name. Say how you were scared of her, how you didn't want to fight her. And I don't believe that for
Isn't that what you're doing to Laila Ali? She doing the same. You're doing what you're talking about.
1 second. And she may have a bigger name, but that's because women's boxing wasn't supported how we are now. If Laila Ali came up in this generation, she would not be known. Nobody would know of her. I know for a fact you would have put Laila Ali ass to sleep. So just because you couldn't do it, you know, you didn't have the opportunity because, you know, she didn't want to sign a paper to fight you. I'm letting you know now, I'm going to kick her ass for the both of us.
Oh, she got hate in her heart, y'all.
Yeah, we all know Laila Dudley and Wolf. We know that. We don't got to, she know that. Everybody know that. It's literally written, I think, somewhere.
Now, I've seen this before with Ann Wolf, another fighter who used the same playbook. Both of these women have a lot in common in terms of the way they've been able to get visibility for themselves by using my name and making up lies. Since I'm in the season of pulling skirts, I'm gonna go ahead and pull hers too, and I'm gonna do another video on her next.
Oh, you going in.
That lie that I would not fight her has been told so many times as if it's a true fact. So I'll be gathering my receipts on her too, since she wants to start talking again. This one is so detached and delusional that she actually praises my father while trying to trash his daughter.
Yeah, we had Laila Ali, but she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali.
The next Muhammad Ali is his daughter.
I think
Laila Ali.
Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, me.
That's it. Learn from Muhammad Ali. If you don't validate yourself first, nobody else ever will. You know, if she wants to be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. Right now, it's my time. And she wants to.
Love don't cost a thing. That's Alvin, y'all. But that's the female version of Alvin, who transformed into Al because he lacked the popularity. Now that she got the popularity, it went to her head. We can see that now.
Keep her name connected to mine. Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
Now, what father would embrace someone like her or want to be associated with someone like her while she's trying to tear down his very own child? My father was the greatest of all time because not only did he have a beautiful
but what he did outside of the sport, goddammit, I ain't never did nothing to no Viet Cong. Red buds fly with red buds, blue birds fly with blue buds. Yeah, you talking about speaking the truth, and they hated him. And then when he started shaking, that's when they start to love him. So fuck him.
One-of-a-kind style in the ring, he was also a remarkable individual outside of it. He used his platform to uplift and inspire people. He carried himself with integrity, kindness, and grace. He was someone our community could be proud of, and he represented us well. You know what
and they're having fun with Pops, and now she hating because she couldn't do that with her Pops.
My father would say? She's a generic wannabe.
Pops would have said she's a generic wannabe. And what Floyd Mayweather fighter told him. He's a novice fighter. So I'm going to tell Laila what Floyd Sr. told Floyd Jr. She's a novice fighter. Have your fun.
My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring. Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction. But she has become a
goofy. You can see it become a goofy in real time.
Disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Facts. No, facts. I'm telling you, that's because you got to see who the handler. God damn it, she's trying to get them rituals popping so she can get in where she fit in.
Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need them bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know his dick little. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years still bitching. Girls who think they just so pretty and just because they born light skin that they just all that. That they can come on people's shit talking shit. I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. Light skin, red bone.
That's that hate in their heart. I told y'all that earlier. And we seeing it in real time.
Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes.
That's why when she said, and I want to beat her pretty little face. Hey.
A clear picture of what our relationship was and what exactly happened in the past that led to today. Now, do you believe I'm jealous of her accomplishments?
Hell nah.
So in part 2, I'm going to discuss that $15 million offer and finally answer the question everyone wants to know. Will I be coming back to boxing to get that knockout? If you want to know when part 2 drops, turn on your notifications.
Oh, they turned on, ladies and gentlemen. That was Laila Ali. Part 1, she got me here. So part 2, we're gonna be right here breaking it down again. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I gotta get up out of here. The kids is waiting on me to take them to the library. Have a good one. Subscribe to the channel. Do it right now. Deuces.